Paul Bonin, in A Lesson Before Dying by Ernest J. Gaines, was open to growth, and this is shown in his final meeting with Grant at the end of the book. Paul is a deputy in Bayonne, Louisiana, where the majority of the white people are racist. Paul is an exception and has empathy for Jefferson and Grant. He shows growth because at the beginning he doesn't respect Jefferson, but after seeing Jefferson in the courtroom before he dies, he thinks that Jefferson is one of the bravest people in the world. He then pursues Grant to start a friendship. When pursuing a friendship with Grant, he says this quote, "But tell them he was the bravest man in that room today." That quote shows how much respect he had gained for Jefferson. At first, Paul didn't show Jefferson much respect, but after seeing Jefferson get executed, he has a realization. He knew that Jefferson was a good person and not a hog like everyone assumed. He states that he was the bravest man in the room because no man should ever have to go through what Jefferson endured. But Jefferson showed that he was a man at the end of all of that pain and suffering when he was in his jail cell alone. This shows how much Paul has grown over the duration of the book. The overall lesson learned by Paul through his choices, actions, and experiences is that you can always find the good in someone, even if you think it's impossible. Paul symbolizes hope for a fair society and a stronger relationship between the two races. Paul is different than the other protagonists, but he still sees past the unfair and cruel stereotypes about black people and looks to build a better friendship with Grant Wiggins after Jefferson's death. Looking back at my freshman year at prep, I think I've shown a lot of growth and have been pretty open to it. When I started football in the summer, I really wasn't used to the idea of having to make new friends. Some of my best friends from my middle school also decided to go to prep, so I really didn't think I was going to need to make new friends. But I did need to expand my friend group, and it was a really great experience that I hadn't gone through in quite some time. I had gone to school with the same kids since I was 5 years old, so to meet 150 new kids was awesome. My experience showed growth because at first I was reluctant to meet new kids, and now I am friends with kids from all over Connecticut, while also learning a lot about myself in the process. Another example of me being open to growth was my study habits. In years past, studying was not a gift that I possessed, but I knew that I was going to need it. Last year, I would only review the night before a test or quiz. Now I try to start studying as soon as I can for a quiz, because I know that whatever happens will be permanent. After a semester that was not my best work, I knew that I needed to pick up my efforts and work a lot harder. That's exactly what I did. Every day after school, I would spend at least 2 hours reviewing and getting my work done. This not only showed tremendous growth in my grades, but growth as a person as well.